Hi, my name is Marisa and welcome to my channel. I'm very excited with today's video because I'm going to show and share with you my impressions on the new Natasha Denona limited edition Metropolis palette. Isn't she beautiful? I was expecting it to be available on the Selfridges and Sephora France's site on the 10th, which was the launch day, but it will only be available there in October, apparently, according with what I saw in Natasha Denona's Instagram. So I ordered it from her site and it was delivered in approximately 3 days in perfect condition. So in this video I will be swatching all the eyeshadows, comparing them also with the ones from the gold palette and doing this high look. So if you are interested, keep on watching, and if you like all things beauty and wellness, please subscribe to my channel before you leave. This palette comes in the typical cardboard box. In this case, it's a reflective dark green teal with metallic orange letters, and it has in the back for each eyeshadow the name, its formula type and the composition, as well as a suggestion method for application in order to get the best results. The palette in itself is the typical Natasha Denona foamy faux leather, also in a shade of dark green teal, and it has magnetic closure, mirror, a transparent sheet with the name and the formula of the eyeshadows which can be removed, and the palette has 28 eyeshadows. In this particular, it's similar to the two initial big palettes from Natasha Denona, but this one is smaller. So if we compare it with the gold palette, for instance, I have here the two. As you can see, the Metropolis palette is more or less the same, has more or less the same width, but in terms of height it's a bit smaller. The Metropolis palette has a total amount of product of 38.45 grams, while the gold has 37.5. They both retail for $129. This means that for $129 we are getting the same amount of product, only splitted in more eyeshadows in the case of the Metropolis palette, since the Metropolis has 28 and the gold palette has 15. Personally, I'm very happy with this. I'm not a makeup artist, and there's no way I will ever be able to hit pan in the normal Natasha Denona eyeshadow pens. So to have more shades in a palette just increases the fun and more opportunities and more possibilities in terms of makeup. So let's go to swatches now. So here are the first comparisons between Gold and Metropolis. So on the left we have Phaeton from Gold, and then from Metropolis we have Enigma, Symbol and Royal. The two on the middle from Metropolis, Enigma and Symbol, are very similar. Symbol has more greenish tone to it. So we have here a comparison between 3 shades from Biba, the lighter ones. These 4 are from Metropolis and this from Gold. And here are some comparisons between the metallics. So these 4 are from Gold, these are from Metropolis, and these 3 from Biba. As you can see, the shades are all different. There are variations on the undertone. Some are more gray, some more yellow, some more green, some more blue. Do we need all of them? Well, it's a question, a matter of taste, of what we want on a palette. Particularly because I love color, I love to play with color. I cannot draw to save my life, but I love to play with different colors. I enjoy to have those different undertones to play with, and to see which ones are more flattering to my particular skin undertone and colors. Okay, let's start with our look. So I'm going to place a little bit of concealer in my eyelid to function as a tacky base, and also to make the color of my eyelid more uniform. So just a dot. Okay, now I'm going to use an Anastasia A10 brush, and I'm going to use this color, which is the light transition shade here. It's called Rope. And I'm going to buff that out on the bottom of my eyebrow bone, starting here in the corner, in the outside corner, I mean. And a little bit also on the bottom. Okay, now I'm going to use a more precise brush. So this is the xoxo small brush, blending brush, and I'm going to use this dark brown called Antique, and it's also a cream to powder, and just going to use a little bit to further define my crease. and also a little bit here on the outside corner. So I'm going to put a little bit of this darker brown also on the bottom lid, sorry, on the bottom lash line. Okay, now I'm going to use this concealer brush. This is a MAC 195, and I'm going to use this metallic shade here, which is called Queen. And I'm going to place a light wash of this metallic all over the lid. So basically I want the eye to be defined, but also for the main focus to be on the cat line, the blue cat line, not on the eyeshadows of the lid. Using the shape of the brush to roughly carve the eyelid. Okay. I'm going to put a little bit more of the brown here in the corner. This, and now I'm going to use the same eye shade, but I want it to be more intense, so I'm going to put it on a pencil brush. This is MAC 216. I'm going to wet it with Fix Plus. I'm going to place the eyeshadow on the corner of the eye. Okay, and very, very softly, a little bit here below the brow bone, the eyebrow. Like this. Now, the piece of de resistance. So I'm going to use this small brush. This is a Ray Morris. I think it's an eyebrow brush, number 17. It's very good for this type of work because it's very small and precise. And I want to start by placing the blue eyeshadow, which is this one here. It's a cream to powder and it's called Enigma. I'm going to put it very close to the eyelashes, starting from the middle of the eye to the outside corner, in order to accentuate the cat-like shape. like this. Now I'm going to use a little bit more, and I'm going to stretch it and do the wing. This one is a little bit higher, so I'm going to pull it a little bit down. Don't worry if you don't get it exactly right, because we are going to smudge it, which is a little bit more forgiving. And also you can always use a cotton bud and take out any excess. Like this. Okay, so let's fill it. Now I'm going to use this very small pointy brush. This is a Wayne Goss number 19, and I'm going to smudge that line. Like this. Just going to do a tiny correction here. And now you can tight line on your eyelashes, but my eyes don't like any powders, so I'm going to use this Charlotte Tilbury Rock and Coal in Marlene Midnight, which is a very dark blue, and I'm going just to make sure that there's no white space in between my eyelashes. They are very thin and very sparse, and I definitely prefer to make them more impactful. But on the bottom lash I'm going to use brown, because I don't want any blue on near my dark eyeshadows, which have a very bluish tint to it. This is Marc Jacobs fine point liner in the shade Truffled. I like this color very much. It's very dark but still warm. Very pretty. Okay. Let's buff a little bit to make it softer. Okay, and that's it. Let me just put my mascara, finish my makeup, and I'll be right back. So here is the final look. I really like it. I enjoy using blue eyeshadows, and I think that using them in a cat-like eyeliner, at least for me, makes it more wearable. Please tell me on the comments section what do you think of it. So what are my thoughts after this first use of the palette? I think that it's beautiful, like the Anastasia Beverly Hills Subculture palette. It screams fall to me. It reminds me of the cold country's tree leaves during fall, with all the shades of yellow and green and red, orange and red. The eyeshadows are extremely pigmented and impactful, but we can blend them very easily. It has the same quality for what I've been able to see until now as the gold palette or the Biba palette. I'm a very big fan of Natasha Denona Mats, and the ones on this palette do not disappoint. I am 48 years old. I have wrinkly and folded eyelids, but the eyeshadows are so creamy that they do not increase the appearance of age. I hope you have enjoyed this video. If you did, please give me a thumbs up and definitely subscribe if you haven't done it already. And thank you very much for watching. Bye!